Let's start with the easy ones and slowly work our way up to the ones that are honestly just elaborate scams. Number 10. The alligator snapping turtle. This turtle has apparently decided that hunting is too much effort, so it built a trap instead. Sitting motionless at the bottom of a murky river, it opens its mouth wide and wiggles a small pink worm-shaped piece of flesh on its tongue. To any curious fish swimming by, that little pink wiggle looks exactly like a juicy worm just sitting there for the taking. The fish swims in for an easy meal, and the turtle's jaws snap shut before it even realizes the worm was never real. This turtle has essentially built a living fishing lure directly into its own face and just waits for dinner to swim into its mouth voluntarily. Number 9. The margai. Deep in the rainforest of South America, this small wild cat has figured out something genuinely unsettling. Margays have been documented mimicking the distress calls of baby-pied tamarin monkeys, imitating the exact sound a scared or hurt infant monkey makes. Adult tamarins, hearing what sounds like one of their own babies in danger, will rush toward the sound to help. Except there's no baby, there's just a cat, waiting patiently in the branches for a concerned parent to walk directly into striking range. Nature's version of faking a crying baby to lure someone into a trap. Except the someone is an entire monkey family, and the cat is fully aware of what it's doing. Number 8. The zone-tailed hawk. This hawk figured out that if you can't beat the competition, you should just look exactly like something nobody's afraid of. Zone-tailed hawks have evolved to closely resemble turkey vultures in size, coloring, and even their exact flight pattern, tilting and wobbling through the air the same lazy way vultures do. Since vultures only eat things that are already dead, most animals don't bother fleeing when one flies overhead. So, the zone-tailed hawk cruises along in vulture formations, blending in completely until it spots an unsuspecting rabbit or squirrel that never once considered the vulture above it might actually want it very much alive. Number 7. The assassin bug. Some assassin bugs prey specifically on termites, which is already a dangerous job considering termite colonies defend themselves aggressively. So, this bug developed a strategy that's less about combat and more about wearing a costume made of corpses. After killing a termite, certain assassin bug species will pile the dead bodies directly onto their own backs, carrying around a literal pile of termite carcasses as camouflage. This masks the bug's scent from the colony's guards and lets it walk straight through termite territory looking, chemically speaking, like nothing more than a moving pile of already dead termites, which is either the least effort ever put into a disguise or the most efficient one in the entire insect kingdom. Number 6. The blue-striped fangblenny. There's a small, harmless looking fish called the cleaner rasa that larger fish actively seek out because it eats the parasites off their skin, providing a genuinely helpful service at what's basically an underwater car wash. The blue-striped fangblenny looked at this arrangement and saw an opportunity. It evolved to look almost identical to the cleaner rasa. Same coloring, same swimming style, same friendly approach. Bigger fish, expecting a relaxing parasite cleaning, let their guard down and allow it to get close. Instead of cleaning anything, the fangblenny takes a quick bite directly out of the host fish's skin or fins using small fang-like teeth, then darts away before the victim even understands what just happened. It's running an entire fake spa just to steal a bite of you. Number 5. The orchid mantis. This insect doesn't just hide near flowers, it decided to become one. The orchid mantis has evolved pink and white body segments shaped almost exactly like flower petals, complete with leg extensions that mimic the curve of an actual orchid bloom. It positions itself among real flowers, or sometimes just sits out in the open looking convincingly like a blossom all on its own, and waits. Pollinating insects like bees and flies, searching for nectar, fly directly toward what they believe is just another flower on the plant. By the time they realize the flower has legs and an appetite, it's already too late. This mantis isn't hiding from its prey, it's cosplaying as their food source and letting them walk directly into its arms. Number 4. The burrowing owl. Most owls hunt using sharp eyesight, keen hearing, or raw speed. The burrowing owl looked at all of that and decided to go with property staging instead. This owl will actively collect animal dung, sometimes just dragging bits of manure directly into the entrance of its underground burrow. Dung beetles, searching for exactly this kind of material to feed on and lay eggs in, are drawn straight toward the smell, walking right up to what they think is a promising pile of waste. Instead, They walk directly into range of a very patient owl waiting just inside the burrow entrance. The owl has essentially built a fake restaurant using literal garbage, and animals keep showing up for a meal they never leave. Number 3. The phosphorus firefly. Fireflies use specific flashing light patterns to signal potential mates of their own species, kind of like a species-specific Morse code for attracting a partner. Female phosphorus fireflies have figured out how to fake the flash pattern belonging to an entirely different species of firefly, one they don't even mate with. A male from that other species sees the familiar flashing signal, assumes he's found a willing mate, and flies in expecting romance. Instead, the photurus female eats him. Scientists call this aggressive mimicry, and some researchers have even nicknamed these fireflies femme fatale, because they're not just hunting, they're specifically catfishing an entirely different species using a stolen mating signal that was never meant for them in the first place. Number 2. The cuttlefish. Male cuttlefish can change their skin color and pattern instantly, which they normally use to attract females or intimidate rivals. But smaller male cuttlefish have found a way to weaponize this ability against their own competition. When a large dominant male is guarding a female from other suitors, a smaller male will change half his body, specifically the side facing the dominant male, to display plain, female-like coloring and patterns, while keeping his true male coloring on the side facing the female he's actually trying to reach. To the guarding male, it looks like there's simply another female nearby, no threat detected. Meanwhile, the female sees the male half the whole time and understands exactly what's happening. This cuttlefish is running two completely different visual identities on two sides of its own body simultaneously, deceiving one audience while flirting with the other, live in real time. Number 1. The cuckoo catfish. Lake Tanganyika in Africa is home to cichlid fish that protect their offspring using an incredibly devoted strategy called mouth brooding, where a parent fish scoops its own fertilized eggs into its mouth and keeps them there, safe from predators, until they're ready to hatch. The cuckoo catfish exploits this directly. During the cichlid spawning process, the catfish rushes in and quickly lays its own eggs directly alongside the cichlid's eggs, right as the unsuspecting cichlid parent is scooping everything into its mouth for protection. The cichlid, unable to tell the difference, ends up sheltering the catfish eggs inside its own mouth right alongside its real children. Here's the part that should be illegal. Catfish eggs hatch faster than cichlid eggs, and once they do, the baby catfish will actively eat the cichlid's real offspring, all while still living safely inside the cichlid parent's mouth. The parent fish spends weeks faithfully protecting the very creature that just ate its actual children, never realizing what happened, because from the outside, everything about the arrangement still looks exactly like devoted, ordinary parenting.